Salutations, my name is Summer, and this is Cozy Reading with Quaker Cats. And I want to talk about what I'm working on for the rest of the month. Um, I finished one book. I don't have it on me because it's an audiobook and it's at my mom's house because I think she might be interested in reading it. It was First Comes a Scandal by Julia Quinn, and it's like one of those off the side Bridgerton books. A lot of fun. Really enjoyed it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to reading more of those because I really enjoyed it. It felt kind of like Jane Austen, except for there were some rated R scenes in it. Anyway, but I'll tell you what all the things I'm working on. I just did a Zoom chat, my first Zoom chat ever with Carrie over at Very Literary Carrie and John at Hey Y'all Listen Up, and we read Quiet. So that will not be on anybody's channel. It was a private, a private Zoom chat, and I had a great time. Really enjoyed reading the book with them and talking about it all the way through. So yeah, that was wonderful. So thank you, John and Carrie. I'll link their channels down below. So I am listening to Oathbringer by Brandon Sanderson. This print, I just can't do it, guys. I can follow along with it, but it's just it's so tiny. So this is the third book in the Stormlight Archive, if you don't already know. And my two favorite characters from the very beginning. Sylvie's down here. We'll see if she decides to just cleaning herself. My two favorite characters were Wit and Lopin. And I laughed so hard with Lopin. His character, when they are in the audiobook, they give him like an Australian type accent. Um, and I don't know. He's my absolute favorite character. He's so funny. Um, but one thing I want to say is that Dalinar has been always been a favorite of mine. Not in this book. I don't like his personality at all in this book. And I'm thinking, why is it different? Like, what has changed? And then I thought, oh, that's changed. And that's why he's the way that he is because of that. And I'd love to tell you guys, but I don't want to ruin it for people who hasn't read this yet. So, anyway, this is the first time I've ever read. Here's Sylvie. This is the first time I've ever read a series one right after another. I usually will wait a year or so in between books, and this I'm loving these. Absolutely, Sylvie, absolutely. My cats are not declawed, and she wanted my sock. Anyway, absolutely loving this, and I am on page 356. So I have quite a ways of listening, but I like to follow because certain quotes and stuff I like to underline. I'm on page 9 of Parting the Waters. I have not picked this back up. I saw this on Jack the Rambling Raconteur's channel, and yeah, this is his mammoth for the month. Uh, I thought this was going to be just the King years, which is 1954 through 63. I believe this is a trilogy also. But no, it's starting way before that. And it's interesting because it's talking about religion and how that was like the first job that they allowed African American men to have. No, so, and yeah, really interesting, which makes me wonder, um, did they do that because in religion, so in religion, you got kind of a hold of people. You know, it's like, you can use it if you could use it as a type of control. So I'm wondering why they allowed that kind of to keep people in their place, maybe. I'm not for sure. But all my books kind of have some religion in there, which is interesting because Oathbringer even has about the different religions and beliefs in that book. And another one that is a lot about religion in that sense too, is Foundation by Isaac Asimov. I'm almost finished with this, and I saw this also on. I know John has talked about this book before on Hey Y'all Listen Up, which he has a great channel. I'm hoping he comes back. But I'm on page 252, so I don't have much more to go. And this book, there were so many times that my jaw just dropped. Like, did that really happen? Did he really say that? Is this really what's going on? So I'm loving it. I've ordered the second book for my birthday, so it will be coming in the mail at any time. So we'll see, guys. You know what? I don't think I'm going to be doing TBR videos anymore. I think maybe I'll mention if I'm doing like read alongs for that month or if I'm doing something special. Like there's a book I'm reading for the Springathon, and I'll mention those books, but then I really want to try to keep my TBRs open because I'm such of a mood reader. And I hate telling you guys that I'm going to be reading something and then it gets stuck on my shelf because I get distracted by something else. And that's just how I am. Loving Foundation. And it's like, I don't know how to explain it because I mean, this print is just excellent in these editions. So you see how it's like so easy to read, yet it's so loaded full of information and things that are happening and going on, and a lot of tricky stuff happening. So this is another one. Nevada Bar is someone who I've seen on Jack the Rambling Raconteur's channel also, and he just posted a video about a book in the series, but I'm not going to be watching it, Jack, until until I read the book, which may be a while because I think he's way far ahead of me in the series. Anyway, this is Track of the Cat. This is the first book in the Anna Pigeons series. I'm loving this. This is bringing back all kinds of nostalgia because when I was like 2 or 3 to like 7 or 8, my family lived in Texas, and we lived across from this mountain in Fort Davis called the Sleepy Lion. And she talks a lot about Carlsbad Caverns. I remember going deep down into Carlsbad Caverns. I remember the hot springs. Um, so this is bringing a lot of that back. Plus, she feels the same way that I do when it comes to quite a bit of things. So I'm really loving this. I'm only on page. See, I dog ear. Sorry, guys. I'm only on page 70, so I'm not that far into it, but it's good. Really enjoying it. My booktube spin book is An Equal Music by Vikram Seth. I have not picked this back up. I didn't pick this up this week at all. And I have decided that next year, next month, I am only going to be reading 2 things and listening to 1 thing. I'm not going to be reading a dozen things at once. I'm going to put my focus in. And people ask like how I can read so many things at one time. And to me, it's no different than if you were to come home from work and you watch, Seinfeld, and then you watch The X-Files, and then you watch, I don't know, what other shows are there? Amsterdam. Those are like 3 totally different shows. And the next night, if you were to watch the next episode, you're not going to be confused with you're not going to get those confused. So that's how I see reading with books. They're all the books I've showed you are very different. Anyway, this is about a classical musician, and he's on tour right now. And it also has a romance, but I don't think this narrator is reliable at all. So I'm not really sure if I can trust what he's telling me about the romance. And I'm only on page 99 still. Oh, and here's the thing. This is where I stopped. I stopped where him and the woman who he left, yet she's the one for him. They're getting together after like 4 years. They're getting together for coffee, and I stopped, and I haven't picked it back up. It's like I want to know, but too many things going on. So I I'm reading my first manga, and this is thanks to, I always call him Jerry, but it could be like with a Yeri, but I always say Jerry. So I am so sorry if I mispronounced your name. You'll have to let me know. But his channel is Drawn to Stories. I hope I said that right. Um, anyway, yeah, on his channel I saw him read this book, and this is Saint and Young Men. Mm, Hikiru Nakurami. Ooh, I know I butchered that. I'm sorry. Anyway, this is about Jesus and Buddha have an apartment together, and I'm really enjoying it. I can't tell you what page I'm on because it doesn't have pages, it doesn't have page numbers. At least that not that I haven't seen any page numbers. Anyway, it took me a second. It took me a second to get used to reading it how I think of as backwards. You know what I mean? To open it up and then to read on the page. It took me a minute, guys, but it's really cute so far. I'm really enjoying it. I also like that after the end of each chapter, they have this where they tell you about the page and it's a translation notes. So that's interesting also. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. And the last thing I want to talk about is The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexander Dumas. I'm reading this with a great group of ladies, and I'll link their channels down below. Yeah, so Amy is like flying past. Oh my gosh. You guys should see my cats. Randall is cleaning Finchurch. Finchurch turned 3 years old yesterday. Oh, they're so precious. Anyway, yeah, Amy is like way ahead. Courtney's not far behind her. I don't know where Beth Ann is. I'm on like 400 and some, so I'm behind from where I want to be. And then I'm not sure where Angie and Deanna are. So, but that's the great thing about Voxer is that you can type in where you're at, like page 400 or chapter 32, and then you can leave a voice message so that nobody will be spoiled for what you're talking about. This book, if you have any kind of hesitation about picking it up because of its size, I would not worry about it because if this was the only book I was reading, I would have had it done already. It is fast paced, it keeps you entertained. It's a great book. And yeah, it's got me wanting to read all of Dumas. I have the Three Musketeers, but that's it so far. Unless I might have ordered some more of his books. I placed a couple of orders from a couple different places for my birthday, so I don't really quite remember everything I ordered. Isn't that horrible? Anyway, yeah, this is fantastic, guys. And it's my mammoth. Well, Oathbringer is a mammoth too, but I'm listening to that. Anyway, yeah, let me know how your reading plans are going. I added up all the pages of what I would have to read, divided it by 10 because I think we have 10 more days. Maybe not. My math isn't very good. And I would have to read like 450 pages because I did it last night and I had forgot about a couple of books. And so then I had to rewrite it out this morning. And yeah, it's like 450 pages I have to read every day. That's not going to happen. And parting the waters, I thought it would go into April, maybe May, maybe June. I don't know. Maybe once I get into it more, I'm just a little worried that there's going to be so much that I don't know. Because I bought this after 9 pages, I felt a little lost. So I bought this because I had to look up, like the China Boxer Rebellion because I didn't know anything about that. And then the Qing Dynasty, which was established in 1644, was weakened by the Boxer Rebellion. So, I mean, I was thinking, I don't know any of this stuff. So we'll see how slowly I get through it. So maybe maybe every year I'll have a book that takes me 6 months. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, let me know what you guys are reading. If you have any thoughts about any of these books. Um, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.